It's September 5th, 2012, and we've got an absolutely jam-packed episode of the Timeout Show. The Jonesville Comets are in the house, and I mean 170 Northwest Street is all orange and black tonight. We're excited to have both the soccer team and the volleyball team here tonight. And, of course, the athletic director, one of the real great friends of our program, who has time and time again helped me schedule stuff and has come on as many times as anybody else. Kathy Bonsteel, how are you?
I'm great. And you know what? Anytime we can promote these athletes and high school sports, Andy, we will be here and we will be as loud as can be.
We wanted to talk to your football coach, but I understand he's got a decent-sized rivalry game coming up this week.
Oh, it's a big one. It's Reading Jonesville. You know, it's the big one of the season for us, and I'm sure it is for Rick and his gang. And, you know, the boys are preparing mentally and physically, and Coach didn't want to take that away. And, you know, his first thought is the boys and making sure they're prepared.
Kathy, I coached high school football for a long time, 5 years as a head coach, and I know how tough it is to lose bad in the first game and then to regroup and have a good week at practice and win the next game. And that's exactly what your football kids were able to do. And that's a great accomplishment for those kids to have that kind of a week and turn it around. Well,
Andy, I'll tell you, the game was exciting. The kids were into it. You know, they were high-fiving, yelling, screaming. The excitement was there. The parents were cheering, the kids. I mean, it was all around a lot of fun. The score was a little too close, but I'll tell you, we came out with a win, and those boys worked their butts off, and it was a great day.
Talk about this crew that we were going to start off with the soccer guys here tonight, and why don't you introduce these guys?
Well, I brought with me my head coach, Nathan Coates, his first year under the helm as the boys' coach. He's the assistant girls' coach, but we brought him on with the boys. Then we have Captain Wesley Raker. He's been with the program 3 years, I believe, going on 4. Then we also have Landon Lacey, another one of the players that have been with the Comets since freshman. They're both very quiet, so to get them to talk is going to be kind of fun.
I wish that we had it on TV because these are all really classy, demure guys, but they do not want to brag or make a big deal about it. And Nathan Coe is the Dick Clark of Big 8 soccer coaches. He looks like he's a high school student, but he's the head coach. And Nathan, tell us about your background in the game of soccer. How did you get involved with coaching the game of soccer?
I started playing when I was about 6, and then I've played all the way through. I played at Spring Arbor for 2 years, and then I picked up coaching at Jonesville when I started, and I started helping out as the assistant varsity coach for Mr. Hunter as the girls, and then I picked up the head coach as JV, and then this year they handed over to the boys varsity.
Is it hard to sell kids on playing soccer because in the United States it's not as big of a deal as, you know, baseball and football and some of the other sports? Is that one of the challenges that you have to face in that we don't have a soccer crazy culture like in some of the European countries?
It does make it a little bit more difficult, but if you can put a team together that's solid and you can have a winning season, it's much easier to get them to come
And
over.
you've had some winning seasons. I mean, Kathy, I think a year or two ago you had your soccer team here, and they had a really good year, and off to a good start this year, 3-2 already on the year. Talk about the first 5 games and kind of in a nutshell, where are you right now as a soccer team?
We're building. We're doing well. We're picking up our game. We're starting to gel a lot more. We're scoring a lot of goals, and hopefully we continue to just put our offense together.
What's a typical score for a high school soccer game? I mean, do normally you see shutouts at the high school level, or do you normally see several goals being scored?
Recently, it's been a lot of goals being scored.
So a shootout, huh?
So, but not always. A lot of games will end 3-2, 2-0. 1-0.
How do you decide where to put guys? I mean, in terms of, is a guy a defenseman? Is he going to be a forward? You know, how do you, as a coach, how do you make a determination? You know what, this kid, he's going to fit our squad here. How do you make that decision?
I look at their athletic ability and then how they play one-on-one, and then just their overall ability and how they mesh with the teams. I mean, sometimes you have to put kids not in the ideal spots just because that's the numbers you have. Like this year, we've been fairly low, and we've had to move kids around where they normally don't play, but they've done a really good job.
And as far as the makeup of a goaltender, you know, everybody sees the goalie, a lot of attention paid to that position. Does it take a mentally tough kid to step between the pipes there and play goalie?
Yeah, the stronger your keeper is, the more mentally tough your keeper is, the more vocal your keeper is, you do a lot better because they control everything. The keeper sees the whole field. They need to control the team.
Why does the keeper wear a different jersey?
So that you can pick them out, so that you don't have run into them, so that they stand apart.
Can you tell I'm not an expert on the game of soccer?
Yes.
Well, they've got to you've got to be able to pick them out, Andy. I learned all this when Amy played as a goalie. But there's a different line of protection for the goalie.
Oh, right on.
Because the runners are coming in full bore, maybe 1-on-1, and you've got to be able to protect him at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And so we normally go a really bright color, so we can pick him out, and the players can pick him out too, and so the officials also.
Coach, can you introduce the men that you have with you today and tell us a little bit about them?
I have Wesley Raker. He's my starting goalie. He's phenomenal in goal. He's been playing for the last 3 years. Very good talent, very intelligent, and is doing better at controlling the team and yelling and getting everything around. And then I have Landon Lacey, who's my center defender. Very tough, very athletic, and intelligent. Plays very well with the ball. Plays well with his back to goal, and is just a good overall defender.
Wesley, your coach just said that you've gotten better at leading the team. I take it that that's been a progression for you. Talk about that growth in your game and your ability to be a leader.
Well, at the start of the year, I wasn't really talking a lot, like conducting my defense where they should be, or like telling a guy to step here to the ball and stuff. And he's been cracking down on me every single practice. I've been yelled at probably at least 2 or 3 times for it. It's nonstop, still goes on. But I realized like a lot of the goals that have been scored on me could have been avoided if I'd have just said, "Oh, hey, you step here," or had maybe like a couple of them I had to yell at Landon, but there's some that I've missed at yelling at Landon that if he would have stepped, it probably could have stopped a goal.
So I think the word yelling is maybe bringing the wrong connotation. I mean, it's not that you're chewing the guys out. Yeah. You're just trying. You can see the whole field from where you're at, and in your position as a leader of the team at goalie, you do want to direct the guys in front of you. It's not a thing where you're coming down on them or anything like that. Now, your coach, yelling might mean something different when it's your coach yelling at you. Wesley, personality-wise, is that difficult for you? Because I'm thinking if I'm kind of a soft-spoken guy and my coach is telling me to get really vocal, that'd be a challenge. That'd be a hurdle that I'd have to kind of get over. Has that been the case for you? And have you seen some growth personally through making that change?
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the year, I guess, so it's learning the new system that he's put in. It's been learning my defense and how they work and meshing with the guys and just getting the chemistry together. And, yeah, sometimes I do have a little hesitative nature, and that's been a battle with me. But I'm trying to cut back on it, and I'm hoping I'm getting better.
You should see him fly through the air, Andy. I mean, it's amazing. This kid can go up, down, to each side. However you need, this kid's flying in the air to save a goal. It's awesome to watch.
Well, I hope to get a chance to do that. Now, this other gentleman here is a defender, and so you didn't bring your big goal scorers with you today.
No.
But you brought along with you Landon Lacey. Landon, you're playing a defense position. Talk about the season from your standpoint.
Well, this season has been a lot better than our past seasons on defense and offense, and on the terms of chemistry with my defense and offense. We're talking more than past seasons.
It's a new position for you.
And it's also a very new position for me. Because pretty much my whole life I've played forward or midfield, and this year, first day of practice, coach goes, go play defense. And so I'm trying to listen to coach and
Doing very good.
Just trying to improve.
Are you required to have super blonde hair to play on the back line or defense for the Jonesville soccer team?
Believe it or not, we've actually had a couple of jokes about that during practice. We have the 2 white kids in the back.
And they're really good. And both of them are really quiet young men. They're quiet leaders, and you'll see them give everything that they can every game if you come and watch any soccer games. They put their heart and soul into practice, and then they also bring it on the field, too.
That's what we're going to get you guys out of here because I've got about 50 volleyball players to talk to, but
It's ridiculous.
one of the things we talked about was just the conditioning that goes into this sport. Unlike football, the game that I'm most involved with, or even baseball, some of these other sports, there's a lot of stopping and going. Soccer, you're running
40 minutes
the entire time, and the commitment that goes into getting your body in shape for that. How do you approach that as a head coach and as players?
It's like a constant battle, really. You just work, and hopefully they come off the summer breaks a little bit in shape. You have the 2 weeks of conditioning where they're running and moving, and then you get into practice. And my concept is to play them into shape, so we touch a ball as much as possible. And
so you're not just running sprints all the time. You're actually doing the conditioning within the parameters of the game.
Yeah. Yes.
Which is more fun, and also you're learning other things in addition to getting into shape. Talk about your upcoming games. So you got a game tomorrow night, as a matter of fact, right?
We have a game against Hanover Horton tomorrow at Hanover Horton at 5:30. It should be a good battle. I've never seen them play, but checking their stats, they've been doing all right. But I think we'll pull out a win.
Well, I want to go ahead, Kathy.
Then they're going up to Saturday. They play up to Leslie. That's a great chance if people can't make it during the week. They play at 10 o'clock up there. They're part of the Black Hawk Project, Pink Project up there. So we've got one game at 10 o'clock on a Saturday. Great for people to be able to drive up to Leslie and watch these boys play if they haven't gotten a chance.
I want to thank Nathan Coe, along with Landon, Lacey, and Wesley Raker. They play tomorrow at Hanover. They're 3-2. They've got a winning soccer program right now at Jonesville High School. Best of luck the rest of the way, guys.